Hi there, karibu tukuze matunda and welcome back to this channel, and thank you for keeping it here. Today we are embarking on a journey, and this journey is slightly different because we are in a new orchard. Maybe something I haven't mentioned on this channel is that on the side I do consult. So I do help and support farmers to establish their orchards, and in many cases, I provide that technical kind of support, whereby I'll visit your farm, come evaluate the progress that you're doing, or rather the progress with the orchard, and then make recommendations as per the findings, and from there we walk the journey together. So today I'm somewhere near you see that beautiful background there? That is Aberdare ranges, and this is somewhere near Engineer. Engineer is in Nyandarua County, and as you can see, this very expansive orchard extends up to the far end, where you're seeing some background trees, and it's the last farm, so before you get to the Aberdare ranges. So the other side of this farm, behind those trees, is a boundary where we have the electric fence, and then our good friend happens to be neighbors with this beautiful forest. So it's quite high up there, and in this orchard we are growing 3 tomatoes, and the background there you can see. But what I'm about to talk about is the purple passion, and as you can see, the farm has already been established. So I was called in after the farmer had already started, but things seems not to be going so well. So I'm here to walk this farmer, walk with him, and see how best we can bring this orchard back to life. So if you look, for example, you find that nice vine growing up. On this whole particular one, there is none. On this other one, there is also none. So we have quite a number of correction measures that we have to take to ensure that our fruits are growing. All of us have a background. Wherever we come from, we do have various sources of information. So this farmer just began the journey based on the information that he had. But looking at the guidelines that we usually do observe, and this I'm talking to our growers here in Kenya in particular, quite a number of things here were not done in the right way. And this being my second visit, try to correct, but there's still quite a number of things that need to be done. As you can see, some bit of training work to be done, replanting on those holes that are not having, or rather the vines didn't survive, and stuff like that. So of particular concern, some of the things that will be changing, you can see the kind of wire that has been used here. This is barbed wire, and this is not recommended when you're growing passion. This particular version of the wire is not recommended, so it can still be used, but for best results we recommend galvanized gauge 14 wire that doesn't have this sharp stuff. And also, if you look at the support system, see this pole here. This pole is too short, right? So if this is not corrected, at least the minimum height should be, we are talking of 7 feet. Otherwise, if you do establish your orchard like this and the support system is like this, then you'll be limiting the vines in terms of the surface area that they can occupy for them to give you maximum returns. So 7 feet is what we recommend, and that means that an average Kenyan can be able to manage or rather work on the vines when it comes to pruning and stuff like that. Also, you also notice the distance from this pole to that other one is too big, and the poles are not that strong for that matter. I draw your attention to this particular one here. You see, this is too small, and once these vines are well established, then I doubt if they'll be able to support. Look at that. See, that's even a very weak one. So we are talking of strong posts and galvanized wire. So your support system or the trellis should be strong enough to help in supporting your trees. When these vines start bearing fruits, it becomes very, very difficult to keep them up if you don't have like a strong system. So you can see all that section galvanized, or rather the wire that they used was the usual barbed wire that we use for fencing. And of course the posts are short in terms of the length. They're quite short. I mean, they're not appropriate. So I'll be redoing this, and I want you to mark this video being the first one, because I'll keep on coming back here, and maybe I'll aim to post a video every month, just to show you the progress. So one other thing that we made recommendation is that we won't be allowing any flowers. You see, this vine is here to touch the trellis there, or the wire or the support system. So we, from our previous experience, we've noted that once you leave the flowers to grow as the vine comes up, we noted that the fruits tend to make this. You see the string that you use for training. One of the challenges that we have is that in our Naivasha orchard, when we allowed some fruits when we encouraged fruits as the vine was growing up, we noticed that it got to a point whereby the vine stopped growing vertically and concentrated on the few fruits that were there. And some of the fruits, because they're very heavy, what is happening is that this particular string keep on falling down. But we also noted that the vines that we discouraged flowers or fruits when it was going up, they have since touched the wire, and we are seeing more fruits on those particular vines as compared to these very first ones that we allowed as the vine was going up. So I would highly recommend, and this is based on our experience, to remove any flowers as the vine goes up. Before the vine gets to this top system here, do not encourage flowers. So because you've continued to plant, what we've noted is that once you do that, the vines are growing vertically very fast, and as a result they are establishing at a faster rate as compared to when you leave them to start putting flowers. You see this one? It has flowers already forming, so we just keep on removing them. And let me just show you by example. When I last visited here, there's this particular vine, I remember training it, and as you can see, I removed all the all the flowers. And clearly you can see it's barely, I think, 2 weeks or so. I have noted some tremendous transformation in terms of it, growing vertically. And I have no doubt by the end of this month, this vine will have touched the wire and will start now spreading to start hanging the vines, that keep on hanging from the top going down. Do you call them lateral? So there is the one that comes up here. One is encouraged to go in that direction. The other one is encouraged to go in this other direction. Then they start producing more vines, and that is where we encourage the fruiting to take place. So I've noted this particular one. What I did last time I was here, I pruned it. I removed all the lateral shoots and only left this particular one that is going up. And I've noted the improvement. So like on this particular one, you can see we still have some lateral shoots are coming up. Up here, you can notice that we are having some flowers forming. So we are going to remove those flowers and also remove, you see, these lateral shoots because shoots tend to generate very fast. And by doing that, the vine will concentrate on going up as compared to, encouraging or rather fruit formation at this particular stage. So we highly encourage you to remove the flowers as they form. And also one other thing that I would need to mention is that you have to sanitize your tools, especially during pruning, and one way that is to avoid disease spread from one vine to the other. So ensure that your secateurs or whatever tools you're using are sterilized. If you're using your hands, ensure that you're working with with a solution. A very easy one is I think some of these jig plus some little bit of water, where you keep on soaking your tools for better results. That ensures that you don't spread diseases from one vine to the other. So I hope you remember to do that. So besides that, in our future plans, one thing that we've noted about this orchard, because see the background there, it may not be very clear, but you can see that beautiful forest. So this place tends to be very chilly. As a result, we are discouraging this farmer from planting these seeds in these very deep holes, right? So once you dig your hole, you backfill it to the top, because what happens is that these holes, because of the altitude here, they tend to be very cold, and we are avoiding our plants from contracting those fungal diseases, root rot and the sort, because of water. When you leave these holes not backfilled, the water tends to settle there, and the chances of root rot, diseases and stuff forming is very high, right? So yeah, so as we will be backfilling this after filling them with manure, and we will leave them looking like something like this. See, there is no depression left here, and that means that the ground is warming. Yeah, see, those flowers also have to be removed. Keep on training them. Plus also one other thing that we'll be doing is ensuring that the vines are also mulched. You can see in between, this farmer was doing cabbages. Not a bad thing, but also if you're intercropping with other things, ensure that you also do a proper pest management. You can see that cabbage is already infected. Whatever that fungal disease is, if it's not managed, it's likely to spread to our vines. See that particular one? Some work needs to go into it. training it, and also removing those flowers, just ensuring that it's going up well. This should also be discouraged. Vines you should discourage your vines from touching the ground, for obvious reasons. So that marks the beginning of this series of try to support this farmer the much that we can in ensuring that passion fruits, these purple passion fruits, grow and hope that you can make some money out of this venture. So thank you so much for all the feedback, all the support, and I hope that you'll walk with me this journey. And I want to practically show you, mark this video, and I want you to see the transformation that are going to happen here, because we made quite a number of recommendations. Besides the soil tests, they will also be topping our vines with NPK, ensure that regular spraying is done, mulching them. So there are quite a number of activities that I will ensure that happen, and of course watering them without fail. And by doing that, then we'll be guaranteed that our investment will give us better returns. So like I've mentioned, I do support farmers, those who don't have time or don't have the expertise. So we just come up with a plan, agree on terms of engagement, and from there I do, because I have more spare time, I do those visits and we walk the journey with you. So thank you so much. Remember to subscribe, remember to share this video, and leave us your feedback so that we grow together. Asanteni sana. Thank you. Bye.